Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Let's Play Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars.
Woohoo!
When we last left off, we had just defeated Croco and got Mallow's coin back, and we were about ready to head back to the Mushroom Kingdom.
Woo!
And immediately upon entering the Mushroom Kingdom, we see that things ain't right.
Boingy, 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 boingy.
The one thing I loved about this, immediate changes, for one, despite all the games of Mario having to deal with Bowser, you never see like the proper Mushroom Kingdom actually being attacked like this before. It's always Mario traveling throughout the different worlds and whatnot. But yeah, this is our first introduction to one of the new major baddies we'll be experiencing throughout the entire game, the Shyster. Very annoying enemy just simply because of how tanky they are. Matter of fact, this is the first real major point in the game I think you will be really forced to grind.
That's typically why I grind in the early game to begin with.
As it is, that fight alone took a good chunk of damage out of me. But yeah, at this point you basically want to be going around and helping all the different NPCs around here because they all give you different items. Actually, let's use that flower tab I had earlier. But it's like we got 10 coins from helping out this toad. And this guy here we can also help out. Now, really, you don't want to be too... It's like, don't conserve your flower points and health and whatnot, because since the inn is right here and you're not restricted from actually going in there, you're able to benefit from just grinding these guys and heading back there to heal whenever you're having some issues.
Convenient.
Now here's something interesting. The wallet we got from Croco actually belongs to this NPC. And you actually get different rewards depending on how you handle this. The best reward, of course, is to be all noble and give him back his wallet right now, which I'm going to be doing. So we actually got a flower tab out of that. If you're evil, you can actually go and keep that and give it back to him later, although it's worth much less. And I believe that even at one point you can actually sell it for like 500 coins or something like that. Now, what's actually pretty interesting is that if you talk to some of the NPCs, they're all like, what's going on? They're not used to Shyguy on Pogosticks. On stilts, yes. On Pogosticks, not so much.
On stilts?
Yeah, Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island.
Oh yeah, that's right, Dur.
But the little hidden toad will actually give you the hint of saying, hey, go help the people around town. They'll give you good stuff.
Yeah, I completely forgot that Yoshi's Island had the Shyguys walking around on stilts.
Well, you gotta remember, Shygys were actually originally not even part of the Mario universe.
I know, they were introduced in Mario 2, which was originally Doki Doki Panic.
Oh, hey, Mario leveled up again.
I'm a nerd.
We all are nerds, hon. For Let's Playing Mario RPG and uploading it to YouTube, but we're nerds. Alright, but Mario is going to get the biggest bonus out of health this time around. And same with Mallow. This is going to make our characters a lot tankier, and I believe Mallow should be able to one-shot these guys with Thunderbolt now. Also getting to show Mario's defensive action and ability in action. Actually reduces damage a hell of a lot. For the most part, I really don't use it, but it can be useful in the right situation.
The awesome thing is that Mallow's skills are actually very beneficial in this part of the game.
It's like if you've been focusing almost entirely on attack, it's not that useful for Mallow simply because he doesn't have a weapon. But his magic, on the other hand, whoo, baby.
Well, especially considering these guys are metal, so Electricity, metal, makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Matter of fact, it's that metal aspect of the boss of this area that's gonna make Malo's Thunderbolt exceptionally useful.
Mm-hmm.
But for saving his family and his kid, I think we get another flower tab.
Yep.
Yeah. And the kid's really excited now because, you know, gets to grow up to be Mario.
Oh God, I want to make a joke so bad right now.
Really? How bad is said joke?
Wow, you got a mushroom going up and down so fast, looks like it's vibrating.
Oh, Lord. Thankfully, it's not bad enough to where I need to censor it.
I'm trying to keep it PG, hun.
Uh-huh, I get it. But yeah, at this stage of the game, you're going to be relying heavily on Malo. If only because these enemies tend to come in packs. So being able to burst them all down in a single attack makes it exceptionally useful.
I'm still so pissed about you getting that frog coin on the first try.
Really?
Yes! I'm like, how many times did I have to try to get that damn thing when last time I played? I was like, and you get it on the first flippin' try. Like, I call hacks.
Yeah, you seem to be really amazed with my memory about some of these things, like the Coca-Cola and whatnot.
Yeah. Like finding all the secret chests and everything. I'll be really shocked if you actually can remember where all of them are.
Oh, I guarantee you I don't. Mainly because I never found them all when I was a kid and played this a lot.
The only reason I was able to find them when I played when I was younger is because I had a strategy guide.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. Either my timing is off or something is up with Mario. He is not hidden the way he should. But yeah, continuing to help out Toad here will basically allow us to eventually meet up with these guys. Now what's really interesting here is that this little thing here is actually replayed bit by bit when we actually go and fight the boss. Now you can actually skip that animation if you're wanting to. It's a really interesting way of doing things. Now, one thing I wanted to actually point out that I don't think a lot of people really take notice of is that all the Mario characters, well, all the characters in general, when they use their magic, actually have a different symbol appear. It's like when you use Malo's magic, it's Clover.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe with Mario, it's
a spade.
Yeah. And other characters are a different thing. It's like you actually go through all the different things for like a deck of cards, which makes me wonder. There's 5 characters playable in total. I forget what all of them are. Now here's something interesting.
Well, with the exception of Geno, the rest of the characters have the symbols from cards. Geno's is a star.
Oh, that would make sense. Now what's actually interesting here is you can actually say no to the Toad, but that will decrease your reward. It's like, I never understood why they gave you the options of, you know, basically screwing yourself over here. Yeah.
Flower tab.
Yep, it's basically Flower Tab Central. It's like, because the Flower Tabs are your main control over a lot of your power.
Mm-hmm.
So for them to be able to...
I remember I had to remind you that you could use her to heal.
Yeah, originally. Because I honestly didn't do that. Because honestly, I usually grind up a little bit more before this part. So these enemies don't usually hurt me this bad.
I just love the fact that when they die, they go pow.
Yep. Now, even though I'm killing these guys, I'm more doing it for experience than anything else, because this character actually doesn't give you anything.
Like, if we really want to go on a grinding Trap, you just stand outside the entrance to the castle and just let them bounce on you one after another.
Oh, not even outside the castle. Heck, hang on.
Oh yeah, in the hallway too.
It's like, yeah, the hallway right here. These guys will continuously spawn until a big boss is defeated.
Mm-hmm.
But speaking to this guy, he'll actually give you a hint. If you go and talk to the shaking toad over here, he goes, I found a gold coin and it's all mine! But he will give us the wake-up pin. Not exceptionally useful right now.
It will be later.
Yeah, and it does give you a good defense and magic defense bonus. But I usually give it to Malo because it prevents not only sleep attacks, but mute attacks.
Oh, that I didn't know.
Yeah. So essentially, a character who it has the wake-up pin on them won't fall asleep if the enemy has a sleeping move, and will not be silenced.
Yeah, I didn't know it prevented silence, too. That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Alright, at this point, however, I think it's to the point where we need to start grinding, because usually you want to be at least, what, level 5-ish before fighting the boss?
I think so.
Alright, so we'll
Where
go...
are you at right now?
I believe I'm at level 4 for both Mario and Malo. So we'll check their experience after this fight. Yeah, 15 and 13, so it's going to be a few battles, but I think it's enough for us to cut. So we'll go ahead and see you guys in a little bit after we get these guys up to level 5. Be right back. And we level up to level 5. Yep, get a little bit more powerful, and this time the bonus is magic. Which is exceptionally useful for Malo, considering he's actually going to be the main, powerhouse for the upcoming boss fight.
Our damage dealer.
Mm-hmm. He essentially is the black mage. Ah, crap. He makes the enemies...
A little more XP won't hurt.
Yeah, I know, but he makes the enemies fall down and go boom.
Actually, he makes the lightning come down and go boom.
Mm-hmm. Yep, see, he's doing 36 damage to these guys now, which is a guaranteed kill, because all these enemies have only 30 HP.
Well, I was about to tell you to go heal and save, but I think you already knew to do that.
Yeah.
I just love that. You may not sleep in the princess's bed.
Have you no manners? Yes. Alrighty then. So with that, I think we are ready for the boss of this area.
Are you gonna do the skip through?
I think so. Ah, there we go. We see that there are bunches of Shyguys now, though where the continuously spawning ones keep appearing from, we don't ever get to see. Now you actually have two options. You can walk right in the middle, and then the two Shyguys at the very bottom will repeat what happened up top with Toad. But if you go over here, it'll skip that entirely. And Mr. Big Boy here will knock those guys into the little ditch. Yes, we are going to stop your party because we don't think it's right for you to be harassing all of the Mushroom Kingdom citizens. Hey, my mustache ain't ugly. But with this, we get our first proper introduction to Mac the Knife.
Who, by the way, whether intentionally through the Japanese translation or the American translation, is an homage to a song of the same name, which was made famous by Bobby Darin and Frank Sinatra back in the 60s.
Mm-hmm. Now, something I always found interesting is that you see that red thing on top of Mac? That's actually the main body. The knife itself and the little eyes on it is more of like a giant pogo stick. That's the reason why the shysters are all jumping on Pogosticks themselves. They're following after their big boss. Now, Mac here is annoying for a majority of different reasons, but the main reason would be his basically heavy use of magical abilities and you having no real good magical defense at this stage in the game. Especially when he spams Flame Wall!
Firewall!
Oh, we're just full of the references today, aren't we?
Hey, Reboot was a good show.
Mm-hmm. Horrible, horrible game, though. Yeah, unfortunately, with magic attacks being Max Forte, you can't do a timed defense for that. Although I'm a little curious, where is his... There we go. He usually calls his Shyguys back fairly quickly. But as you can see, at this point, with Malo...
Wow, they came back fast.
Yeah, after he gets to a certain HP point, he just respawns them constantly. But this is the main reason you want Malo at least level 5 before you go and fight Mac. Because since Malo can one-shot these guys, you're not ever having to worry about fighting them one by one. Because if you take too long in fighting the Shysters, Mac will actually jump up into the sky and become untargetable for a few rounds.
Well, he's gone now.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and bosses always give you a big ton of cash when they die. And thus, we discover something interesting. A blue star. Very unlike the normal power stars Mario uses. You're actually very, very on point with that timing, you know.
Ladies and gentlemen, I should note that I cannot hear any of the sound in the game, so if I am in time with the music, it's pretty impressive.
Mm-hmm. But then we also learned that something else is going on here. As the Shysters here say they must warn the boss, meaning Mac the Knife wasn't the head honcho of all this. Now, I must note, there's actually two ways you can actually activate the next part of the game here. You can actually go up and talk to the Chancellor right here, which will actually get the Toads standing out here in a particular order. But if you try and leave, he'll alert you. And the Toads will actually stand in a different order, if I believe. Yep, they stand around you in a triangle formation. Whereas if you go and talk to the Chancellor, they'll actually stand like if they're ready at attention. I never understood why there was a difference, though. But with this, the Chancellor is now introduced to Malo, and we basically learn more about Malo's grandfather, who seems to quote-unquote know everything. I love this part right here, too, where Malo says he doesn't even remember why he came into the Mushroom Kingdom in the first place.
That smile.
Mm-hmm. It's also a combination of a smile and also him crying, I think. They use the same open mouth animation for that.
Kira Sewers.
Yep, that's our next destination. But before we leave, we actually now have a new option on our menu, Star Pieces, which shows us how many star pieces we've collected. And as you can see, we've got quite a few left to go. Now, occasionally, I'm not sure if it'll let me or not. Nope. I remember there was at least a glitch or something, I don't know what, and I'll see if I can't look it up and put it on screen later. But you were able to actually talk to the guard here a second time and access the little chamber here for those that flower tab, that coin in that heal, for a third time. But ever since then, I remember doing it, but I've only been able to do it twice ever since my...
Make sure you go heal.
Oh, well... Didn't we fully heal? Yeah, we fully healed after the boss fight.
I was not aware, sorry.
No, no worries.
I'm a derp.
It's okay. But for those of you who actually remember, if we go over here, we can talk to the item vendor, and he'll give us the item that Malo was here for in the first place. The cricket pie. You gotta remember, Malo did say that, you know, he was quote-unquote a frog. Now, I forget. Do you actually give us anything just yet, or no? Nope. Alright, then. Do you think we have time to start Kerosers, or do you think we should call it for now?
What are we at the time?
Yeah, I think, yeah. I think we'll call this for now, and we'll all see you guys next time when we go to the sewers.
And Mario continues to run around like an idiot.
Woohoo! Ah! There's an invisible wall here! I can't go any further! See you guys next time.